Okay, I've got a treat for you all. I have actually two treats. The first is Chef Leslie. So if you don't know who Chef Leslie is, she was one of the amazing chefs that contributed to Eat Like a Girl. I asked her specifically to be in charge of the fasted snack recipes.
It's a big responsibility.
It was a huge responsibility. I was like, there's no cookbook I've ever seen with fasted snacks. And they have this very specific profile. Can you do it? And so you did.
I did. I know. When she said, I need you to make fasted snacks, I was like, but isn't the whole point of fasting to not be eating? And she's like, no, there's these few ingredients that you can have and it still stays in your fasting period. Yeah. I was like, okay, great. Give me a list of those ingredients and I'm going to come up with recipes.
And she did it brilliantly. So we're going to show you one of those recipes right now. It's not really a food. This is more of a drink.
Yeah.
I would recommend specifically this falls into the category of the topic you all love so much, which is apple cider vinegar. So there's so many reasons to love apple cider vinegar, but why it works so well as a fasted snack is because it balances blood sugar. So I want to help you remember a key concept, that it's not always our human cells that are controlling our blood sugar. There's actually a bacteria in our gut. Check this out. This is how important the microbiome is. There are bacteria in our gut that send a message to the liver and tell the liver to burn fat, right? Really helpful little bacteria. So you want to feed them. And one of the things you can feed them is apple cider vinegar, and it programs the liver to burn more fat. Now, the other thing it does, and why I like it as a fasted snack, is that it can absolutely help with stabilizing blood sugar. So whether your blood sugar is dropping too quickly in the fasting window, or maybe it's spiking too quickly in the fasting window, which we have seen happen, apple cider vinegar is so massively important for fasters. So with that in mind, she made a tea with apple cider vinegar.
I did.
Okay, talk to me about what you... Yeah. We'll talk about honey, no honey. Don't worry. I know my fasting zealots. I'm a fasting zealot. We'll just call it that. Is like, whoa, you're putting honey in? How does that work in a fasted window?
Well, it depends on how well you tolerate the taste of apple cider vinegar and turmeric. Yeah. I love the taste of apple cider and turmeric. I've grown to love the taste of apple cider and turmeric. And so I don't put any honey in mine. I also am plant-based, so I don't put any honey in mine. But you can also put in a honey made from apples, which is actually very tasty and yummy.
Oh, interesting.
But so into this, we've got our hot water, we've got lemon, we've got turmeric, and we've got apple cider vinegar. And yours has a little
that's
honey.
Actually really good. Look how beautiful this is, by the way. Cheers. So one of the things that we want to look for in that fasting window is things that will stabilize your blood sugar. Things that will help you switch over into this fat burning state, and things that occupy the mind, because the mind gets going. Put in the comments if that's you, like how many times you're like, I'm going to go fast for 17 hours and you hit 13 and you're like, ooh, maybe not.
Yeah.
So something like this has such a deep flavor profile. Mm-hmm. I would say that I feel like it would be enough for my mind to think that it might be actually like enjoying itself.
Yeah.
In the fasting window. So, you know, the benefits of apple cider vinegar go far, but then why'd you put turmeric in there?
Mega anti-inflammatory. I mean, turmeric is one of the just the best foods on earth for you. You can grind in a little bit of black pepper in this as well if you can handle the extra spice load, which I totally recommend. And fresh ginger, I like even better in this recipe.
Ginger, by the way, is really good for the digestive system.
Very.
So, and one of the weird things that happens to fasters is, and again, put in the comments because that way people know they're not alone. If this happens to you, is they get nauseous.
Yes.
So it's like part of, as we learn this metabolic switch, when you go longer and longer into these fasted states, you're changing that bacterial profile in your gut, and you can get a little nauseous. Mm-hmm. So something like an apple cider vinegar with turmeric, a little bit of ginger, and some lemon can be really, really helpful. Mm-hmm. Okay, why'd you put lemon in there?
Well, for all of the reasons.
I know, it's like an avocado.
It's all of the reasons.
I feel like we need a few of the foods should be like the divas.
Yes, the perfect food.
Yeah, the perfect food.
There are. I mean, there's probably, maybe at least like 10.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should do a whole thing on that later.
Should totally do something on that.
The perfect foods that you can eat as much of them as you want and all of the quantities, and they will always be amazing.
Yeah, put in the comments if you want us to do a whole video on the 10 most perfect foods. Put it in the comments and we'll do it.
And I will say we're having this hot today, and it's really good and it's nice and warming. But during the summertime, this is also excellent iced. It's really nice and refreshing, and then you can still have it in your cup with your ice and still feel like you're having something.
Yeah. So what about, I started geeking out on actually turmeric itself. Have you ever just ground turmeric in there with like fresh ginger?
Yes. So I like fresh turmeric and fresh ginger in this. But if you don't have access to that, the powder will absolutely work. They make powdered ginger and powdered turmeric.
So good. It's really good. And I don't like apple cider vinegar.
I don't either, but the lemon and the turmeric really kind of mask the vinegar flavor.
So the honey's interesting because, one of the things that I got to do with this incredible book is, and this is a soft cover, by the way, when you get it, it will come in a beautiful colored profile. It is such a gorgeous book.
It really is.
In a hot, I mean, we are all, there's a team of us on this that are so proud of this book. We can't wait for you to get it. Okay, you know how when you're trying to get in and out of fat burner, sugar burner, and sometimes you struggle? It might be that you have a metabolic blocker that's at play here. Want to know what those blockers are? Click on the link above and I'll take you straight to a giveaway and you can have my list of metabolic blockers. But one of the things I wanted to do was to be able to talk about how we use food as medicine. So if you think of a fasting lifestyle, I've been teaching you all, okay, when you go into these fasted states, in Fast Like a Girl, I mapped out 6 different types of fasting and the healing that happened there. And then when you switch back to food, you can keep yourself in a healing state if you think of food as medicine. So when I look at a drink like this, all I see is medicine.
Yes. Well, that actually is how I look at all food all the time.
Well, that's because you eat so well. So,
but that's how everybody should start twisting their minds to think about it. And yes, absolutely. You should look at this and you can say, wow, all of these things are going to do something to make me feel better when I have this.
So think about this, like how many times in the day you go around the day and like you hit a symptom and your brain's like, I don't feel good. Maybe I've got pain. Maybe I have low energy. So you go to reach for what we call an exogenous resource to put into your body to make that change. If you have pain, you might do some kind of painkiller. If you're needing energy, you might go for caffeine. What happens when you're in the fasted state and you're not feeling so great? Like, what's your next move? And this is why a drink like this could be so incredible. And I would probably put it in my favorite mug. That would be the way I would do it. I would put
I do love these mugs.
Yes. Thank you. So, really excited about what not only this book you all are going to love, but about giving you a tool in the fasted state. And apple cider vinegar is like literally the hero vinegar, unless you tell me otherwise. Is there another vinegar?
It's a really good vinegar.
And it's another one. What's so interesting is both lemon and apple cider vinegar, you could clean a kitchen with it. Yeah. Right? And so if you don't know, if it can clean a kitchen, it can clean your insides.
Yes.
So,
and we're going to do one more health benefit because we're all about my great grandma's health remedies.
Ah, nice.
She didn't throw anything away, and we talked about the olive oil.
Oh, God.
So the lemons are great for your elbows. They're
Oh,
natural
I thought I was going to have to eat it. What?
No, I mean, you could do that too.
Oh,
Roll
my
up
God.
your sleeve and get it on your elbows.
Oh, my God. Just don't do this before you go out on a date.
Probably not.
Maybe that's why you're still single.
Maybe
she's too lemony.
You need to find a man who likes the smell of lemon, clearly.
On your elbow.
I'm done.
Whoops. She liked me until then. I don't understand what just happened. Anyways, this is how much fun fasting can be. It's like a really yummy fasted snack with so many things that nature provided us. If this is the first time you've heard about a fasted snack, put it in the comments. Because I'm so in love with the idea of a fasted snack. I literally had them put on the cover a little thing here that says including recipes on a fasted snack. And so put in the comments if that excites you. But overall, you know, we have to start looking at fasting as a healing state you put yourself in. And when you go back into food, it is medicine. And if you keep your eye on those two things, you literally stop chronic disease from forming. So,
cheers to that.
Cheers to a fasted drink, a drink snack.
A drink snack.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
I know you're struggling to lose weight. It may be your fasting length. So in this video, I'm going to show you the perfect fasting length to unstick weight loss. In fact, it's such an incredible tool for weight loss. I think you should start with fasting before you change your food to be able to get into that door in for losing weight.